All right, looks like we're live. Let me know if you have any microphone issues. I think I fixed it since last time I did a live, and I have all this fancy equipment, yet I still haven't figured out how to quite use it. Very expensive, top quality, not user friendly. That's how it goes. So anyway, I wanted to kind of go over some stuff I've been working on, some cool things. We're really launching a lot of stuff lately, making a lot of money. It really is kind of it's kind of a golden time for our business right now, and I think for a lot of people it is right now, especially people that are doing the e-commerce stuff and lead generation. I'm actually about to hop on a call, and I just wanted to kind of show you what a call looks like for this type of stuff for e-commerce. So right now we're thinking about scaling. So what we have this product that is being it's kind of like a hanger. Okay, I'm not going to tell you specifically. You got to be a little aloof with your products and stuff when it comes to e-commerce. To try to keep the big competitors away. But it's a type of hanger. I'll just leave it at that. And we need to figure out how to ship it and scale it all across the world. So that's the big logistical problem. So we have something that's doubling our money every single day. Okay, and that we just started. It's not optimized yet. So for example, okay, I'll come over here. You should see my screen. Uh, okay. All right. So, um, like today we did 10,000. Okay, actually, let me refresh because I think we did. Actually, this is for the week. Let me just refresh. 1589. Okay. So let's see how much we did. And this is just our second week. I'm not saying this is big money. We're testing stuff. Okay, great. Changes coming soon. Fantastic. Come on. Okay, so how much do we spend today? Let that will update. Okay, so $872 spent, $1,589 made. So about doubling our money, right? It's pretty good. But now we're having some scale issues. So I'm gonna call up my business partners over here in this venture. And one of my students happens to have a solution for us. He may have a solution for us on scaling. So we need to be able to have centers all around the world where we can scale and ship this product. And because it's one thing to have something that works, but you need to be able to deliver on the product. So that's kind of a bottleneck a lot of people in e-commerce have. I'm all new to this, by the way. I'm not an expert. This is not my expertise is lead gen and copywriting. So this is me discovering a new industry. Am I getting on a call? Let's see. All right, what's going on here? All right. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Yo, yo. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. Pretty good. Been worse, been better. What's up, Keith? How's it going, brother? You guys are on live stream right now, so just keep that in mind. So I just wanted to introduce you, Keith, over to Dante. Dante is one of my students. Just a really good guy, but he thinks he has a.
We got a little bit. We got a little bit of a bad connection on your end.
Oh, on my end, is it a bad connection? Or is it a bad connection for you, Dante?
No, I'm good on my end.
Interesting. I think it's you, Keith, because I'm good on my end.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Jody, can you hear? Oh, cool. I have Jody on speakerphone and
Oh,
I'm
right
on
on.
hold in, so we're all here.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. So yeah, I just
He said, what's up, Ronnie?
yo, what's up, Jody? How's it going? How was your flight back from Vegas? You there?
Easy. Compared, brother, to some of the flights we've been taking for this product is easy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We had a good time. Thanks for coming out, man.
Hey,
I'm glad we got to
just to give
all.
you an update on Canada.
Yeah, what's going on with Canada?
Hey, just to give you a quick up, we sold out on Canada.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, boy.
Good, dude. That's congratulations. That's sick.
And we have people ordering on our website from Canada right now as we speak.
Nice, nice. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce you guys to Dante. I know that we're looking into different scaling options, and Dante actually has a solution that would be interesting to look at and compare to the other ones that you guys are looking at. I know you guys have a partner at HSN that has some connection with some person that specializes in scaling e-commerce or specifically these types of products. So I think we should take Dante into consideration as well because his solution plugs into Shopify, which is the platform that we've built this off of. So basically, we'll be able to integrate a little easier. So Dante, I'll just hand the microphone over to you, brother.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, just first things first, Keith. So, do you have a current solution to ship your products, or you guys are doing it all by hand right now? Keith, can you hear me?
Keith, can you hear him? You guys there?
I can't hear him at all.
Really?
Testing. Keith, do you hear
I
me?
can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I'll find out what's going on and we'll hit you back.
Okay, all right.
He says, Jody says goodbye, Ronnie. Can't hear you either.
Okay, all right. Weird, strange.
No, I can hear you now. We're good.
Okay,
I just can't hear Dante.
can Dante try again?
Hey, Keith, do you hear me?
Are you with Steve by any chance?
I'm not. Well, Steve's in the other room.
I got you.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, we'll just have to reconvene. We'll just redo it. It might be something because I'm on a live stream. Who knows? It could be something like that.
Or if you call me from Steve's phone, you can conference call him, or we can conference call him.
Okay, let me get Steve in here. Let me get Steve. We'll figure it out. I'll call you guys back.
Okay.
All right. Submit. Poor quality. Poor experience. Terrible. All right. So basically, yeah, e-commerce is huge right now. I mean, there's so much stuff. There's so many ways to make money online. It's insane. We're doing a lot of different. We have some solar to funeral stuff to e-commerce stuff. It's really diversified. I mean, right now I see it as kind of like the golden era of online marketing. I see it as like so many people I know have like built up businesses that are doing $50,000, $100,000 profit per month. I mean, just like quickly, quickly. So definitely, it's been a cool journey for me, kind of seeing the e-commerce stuff because I've always been a little skeptical of it. It's like it's not my wheelhouse. I do lead gen, but I'm really digging it. I'm really liking it. I think it's the future because obviously retail is currently collapsing in America. So basically, what that means is there's a big opportunity. So as you see like Sears and J.C. Penney's and all of these all these other big retailers that these corporate retailers collapse. I mean, they're collapsing quickly. H&M. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. What you're seeing is the rise of online commerce, of people that are essentially cutting out the middleman. So it used to be if you had a product or service, you'd have to schedule a meeting with the buying manager at these big places like the J.C. Penney's, the Walmarts, the Costco, all these big places, and hope and pray that they'd pick that person had a good night before and got plenty of sleep and probably made love with their partner and all that stuff. They're in a good mood, and so they liked your product enough for them to put it into their store. And there was a lot of bribing here and stuff like that. So we've essentially, when you go directly to the consumer, you bypass all of that. You're not having to be limited to some buying manager taking interest in your product. You can just be like, you know what? I'm just going to test it. If it works, great. If not, great. That's the beautiful thing about doing this, and obviously we're seeing products now being presented to the marketplace. I'm sure you see your Facebook page. These are products that a lot of them would have never have been sold in a traditional retail space. They just would have been too risky. They would have been too unknown. Something that they didn't think they had a demand for. But because entrepreneurs like you and I are like, hey, I think there is a demand. We don't have to be beholden to these buying managers anymore, and we go directly to the consumer. Also, the better thing is we take a majority of the profit. See, what happens is when you're selling to these big retailers, they know how to negotiate to the point where you as the actual vendor don't get the lion's share of the profit. They get the lion's share of the profit. So you're getting twofold. You're taking that profit that they would have traditionally taken, and you're allowing yourself easier entryway into the marketplace and cheaper entryway into the marketplace. It really is a no-brainer to get into e-commerce. The biggest thing though I see people do is they're like, well, I'm going to get into e-commerce and I'm going to open up a store with like a bunch of different stuff, right? So it'll be more likely that they're going to buy my product because it's a bunch of different stuff. And it's counterintuitive, but what you really want to do is just focus on one product. Okay, just focus on one product. One thing. It's just that one thing that you're going to say, hey, look, this is something that's going to change your life. This one thing, not a store, just one thing. So, another thing is boring is good. E-commerce boring is good. You can take toilet paper. I swear to you, I'm so stoked on this. I think you could take like toilet paper and say, dude, I got a toilet paper that is for hyperallergenic assholes. No, not assholes. I'm sorry, I'm vulgar. Let me be a little bit more correct. It's for hyperallergenic allergenic skin. It's a hypoallergenic skin tissue, luxurious, made from the highest quality. Nobody has this technology. That's why so many people are suffering with sensitive skin in their most sensitive areas. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. I mean, it's like you wouldn't think toilet paper, but dude, people are primed now to try new things. In fact, it almost seems like, and for me, like I would rather like buy an online product from an online business than go to a J.C. Penney's or go to the store because it's like it seems like there's more custom tailored options for me than some cookie cutter store like J.C. Penney's. So actually, the consumer right now is actually seeing huge value in buying directly from these online stores. All of us are buying stuff. I mean, fuck, dude, I just bought some fucking bed sheets. Like I just bought them 2 months ago from like was it Casper or one of these companies. I got marketed to. They were like, these are the best sheets on the market. The best sheets. Twitter's going crazy over these sheets. Evidently, Twitter was going insane over these sheets. Anyway, I was like, well, if it's good enough for Twitter, it's good enough for Ronnie Sandlin over here. So I purchased them. Those sheets are on my bed right now. So I mean, it's like the mundane product, fucking curtains, sheets. Like, dude, it's fucking game on. Napkins, silverware, blue, who knows, man? I mean, it's like, think big, think scalable, think big. I'm going to be testing all types of products out. I mean, really, the biggest bottleneck is just scalability when it comes to shipping. Okay, shipping. So I mean, when it comes to the marketing side, it's actually easy to just go in there and just crush it. It just comes to the scaling part. So that's what we're trying to figure out. I'm new to this. I'll be the first one to say, I'm new to all this. We're still figuring it out. It's interesting. It's fascinating to me. I still really love lead gen. Most of my money obviously still comes from lead generation. I think lead generation's always going to be there for me, always going to be bread and butter. But, you got to diversify, especially if you want to have a stable business. You can't just put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak, right? Okay, so let me see if I have any comments on this video over here. Let's see over here. Actually, I should probably I don't know if I should use this. Okay. Trying to. Okay, so let me see if I have any. I don't know if that's. Comments on this video over here. Let's see. Uh-oh. Actually, I should probably use. I don't know if I should use this. Okay, that's some bad feedback. I don't know if that's the way to check the comments. Let's see. Yeah, this is new to me, this whole live stuff. Let's see. I guess I'll check it over here. Yeah. Making money online. That's right. It's the best way to do it. The shipping part is the easy part, bro. Yeah, Dante, my student Dante, the one I was just on the call with, I want to kind of show you some business, how we do business over here. He's specializing in helping entrepreneurs like us scale their product and ship it out. So we're, because like for me personally, like I'm not going to like, that's my biggest concern with e-commerce. I'm like, I know I can sell it. The problem isn't selling it and getting people to pay for the product and making a profit. The problem is scaling it. It's like a logistical nightmare. Now it's like, to me, it just seemed, and my idea of this is changing now. But to me, before it was like, fuck, man, I'd rather stay in lead gen and some of the other stuff I'm doing where I don't have to worry about so much. It just seemed like a little bit too like real world physical stuff for me. Like I'm online guy. I'll do all online stuff, but you gotta, for me, it's like, okay, push my boundaries, push my comfort zone. It wasn't actually something I did voluntarily. Diego, I gotta give all my credit over to Diego, and it's a good product. The founder of the product made a good product. I mean, you can't really sell something that's not a good product. You got to make a good product, and it's a good team of people. But now I'm glad that I'm in the mix and I've seen this work because I'm so influenced and inspired by what's next. I swear I'm going to bring back the pet rock. I've been thinking about it. The pet rock. Nordstrom sold out of a pet rock in like an hour. They did it as a joke. I mean, what's to it? It's a fucking rock. There's nothing logistically to it to send out. People will buy it. I mean, the sky's the limit on this stuff, really. That's the way I see it. That's why it's silly if you're not in the game right now, if you're on the sidelines looking in, man, you're gonna get so far left behind. It's actually sad. Because there's so many people that are still relying on a job, they're still clocking into work, they're still doing the 9 to 5 thing, and they're not fulfilled, they're not happy, they're not making real money. Okay, so for example, people ask me, okay, well, your girlfriend Sabrina, she still goes to work. Why isn't she living the internet? Well, she's doing something that she makes very good money, 6 figures doing. It's worth doing. Number two, she's fascinated by this stuff. It's water rights stuff. She likes doing it. It fulfills her. She wants to be in politics one day, so she wants to go through that path. So I'm not saying every 9 to 5 job. Some people like their job, and it's actually a good job that does real service. But if you're sitting in a cubicle pushing papers around, and you're on BuzzFeed half the day, and you hate your job, you're not getting paid enough, you're not stimulating your brain. If your job went away, nobody would bat an eye. No, it wouldn't make a difference. I've been at these jobs. It's at the time it was hard for me to admit it that I wasn't necessary. I was really obsolete function. I told myself I was doing something of value to the organization, but internally I knew I wasn't. And I'd wake up every day. As soon as that alarm clock went off, I'd feel fucking miserable. I'd almost want to cry almost every morning. I'd wake up like, fuck, I got to go to work. I hate this shit. I hated everything. So it's not good for anyone. So I would say if you feel this way, if you're not at a job that's actually fulfilling you, that you're making good money at, that you're living to your full potential, then you should be an entrepreneur, because within the path of being an entrepreneur, you can do so much good in society. You can add so much value to society and make more money than you can ever make in 1 year. See, than most people make in their whole lifetime. Now I'm gonna, shoot. Last year did very, very well. Okay, made well over $1 million last year. Okay, and the interesting thing is, well, it's not interesting. It's kind of sad. Most people don't even see $1 million over their fucking lifetime. Okay, so and you can do this in a very condensed amount of time, hopping online. I know guys doing $250,000 a month profit, or more, even more. I mean, it's a lot of people say that sounds so fucking like a scam. Nobody makes that type of money. It's so ridiculous. I mean, it sounds too good to be true. Okay, so let me put it this way: $1 million. What is that? What do you have to make? It's about $100,000 a month profit to make $1.2 million. And by the way, that's not really $1 million, because Uncle Sam's going to take fucking 30% of it, right? Uncle Sam's going to come take your money. You're going to take you're going to take money out of your LLC or your corporation. Plus, you pay yourself a salary. You got to pay taxes on that. So so let's just say, keep it simple: $100,000 a month to make $1.2 million a year. Now, the lowest level basketball player, you can be like the guy that gets one fucking game in the whole season. They're making over $1 million. Like college level coaches are making over $1 million. Like being a millionaire isn't spectacular in modern society. It's not. In fact, it's something like 1,500 people a day in America are becoming millionaires. It's not. People think that this millionaire, mythical millionaire status is so hard to attain. It's not. It's not. In fact, it's average, it's normal, and it's fucking boring. It's really boring. It really is boring. And so I tell people that all the time to shift their brain out of thinking that $100,000 a year is going to be what it takes to retire, or what's going to be what it takes to survive in this, you know? I don't think so. I think you need to really be focused on making 7 figures per year. 7 figures is the new 6 figures. You know, the cost of everything is going up. The cost of healthcare is rising. Do you really want to be stuck? Okay, so I have a friend of ours who they have insurance, but something happened and they are going to have to pay like $400,000 out of pocket for this surgery. Okay, they had insurance. It's not like he didn't have insurance. They're still going to have to pay that because it doesn't cover everything. And so most people don't have that. That's like their whole fucking life savings. Thankfully, he's an entrepreneur, and he's prepared. He's able, but it's not pretty. It's not a good thing to do. It's not what nobody wants to do. But that's the problem. It's going to you can't assume health insurance is going to take care of you. You can assume the government's going to take care of you. It's not going to take care of you. I mean, we see it time and time again. The cost of raising children. I think it's something like $215,000. That's only from 0 to 17 years old. It's $250,000. That doesn't take into consideration college, by the way. And by the way, most 17, 18-year-olds are not weaned off of their parents financially. Okay? It's millennials have taken if shown anything. There's fucking 30-year-old millennials still living off their fucking parents. Okay? So, the $250,000, by the way, that's public fucking school. That's sending your kids to public school. And America has a fucking terrible public school system. It's not even ranked the top 5 in the world. You're going to send your kid to public school? Come on. Public school is going to cost an extra 30, 50 grand a year per kid. Think about this. Okay, here's the other thing. Defending yourself in the legal system in America today. Okay, Peter Thiel said single-digit millionaires do not have access to America's legal system because it's too expensive for them. Single-digit millionaires. So if you have $1 million, you still can't actually legally defend yourself. You just can't afford it. Think about this. And people say, well, I'll be fine. I'm not going to get sued. I do everything good. The problem is when you start making money, you become a target for people. And it becomes a situation where it becomes cheaper just to pay them out than it would be to even fucking try to defend yourself, even if you're innocent 100,000%. Do you see what I'm saying? It's going to cost you $1 million in defense fees just to be in the game. You don't get those back. Even if you win, you don't get those back. Is this opening your eyes? There's no middle class anymore in America, guys. There's no middle class. Okay, you're either fucking poor or you're situated. And I don't know about you, but me and my family are not gonna. I'm not gonna allow that to happen. I'm not allowing it to happen. So it's not something that people want to talk. Politicians aren't going to tell you this. They're not going to tell you this shit. They want to get fucking reelected. They're not going to tell you that automation is going to take 30% of all the jobs in America in the next decade. What are they going to do about it anyway? They're not job creators. Politicians have never been job creators. Entrepreneurs are job creators. Okay? So the beautiful thing is, here's two things that are going on. We have a situation where the jobs are disappearing. Okay? Careers that were considered long-term, something that you could retire with, are disappearing. Pensions are going down and disappearing. There's no safe job anymore. However, the silver lining is it's never been easier to set up a business and become a millionaire online. Never. Fuck, if I can do it. I mean, look at me. I never graduated high school. I never went to college. Okay? I was fucking partying and drinking and doing drugs and fucking having a great time when most of you guys were in college. Like, I wasn't the people that knew me like 7, 8 years ago. They're like, whoa, dude, Ronnie, fuck, man, you changed. Like, dude, you were just the dude that partied all the time. I never thought that you were going to do all this. So the point I'm trying to say is, look, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Really. Really. But the problem is people are so in their head. They're like, wow, seems so risky. And I've got, they make all these things in their head why it's not for them. I don't know how to program. I don't know how, I'm not an internet whiz kid. I'm too old for this. I'm too set in my ways. I don't have enough money. This and that. And the money thing, I get it. But when I first started, when I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this and figure out a way to make money online, I didn't have a dollar to my name. I had -$60 in my bank account. So to me, that was not an excuse to not have money. You just got to find people with money and say, hey, look, let's partner up, brother. Let's do this, baby. There's opportunity. There's gold in these hills. The problem is most people are too timid. They're too scared to go out and grab what they need to until it's too late. Until it's too late. And they get that pink slip from their job saying we no longer need you because your job's been automated. It's obsolete. And you have to go back to your family and tell them, look, mommy's been laid off. Daddy's been laid off. What are we going to do? I mean, look, nobody wants to talk about this. Nobody wants to talk about this. It's a tough subject. It's a tough subject. I don't like to talk about it. It's something that keeps me up at night. Because here's another thing. Okay, so let's say I become financial. I'm building something very substantial. But here's what I'm worried about. Do my parents have enough to retire? Thankfully, I think that they do. But are you going to assume that your parents have enough to retire? Are you going to assume that they're going to live to the point? My mom fucking runs marathons. Okay, she's about to run the fucking New York Marathon. She's not going to die anytime soon. I fucking hope not. The point I'm trying to make is people are living way longer than what they're anticipated for or they saved for. So what are you going to do? You're going to tell your parents, hey, you're out of money, but fucking good luck with that. So am I. You know? So, yeah, I mean, look, it's not shitty. It is shitty, but it's not. See, the thing is, it's not because it's never been easier to actually create wealth for your family. And it is shitty because it's never been so dangerous not to. It really this isn't what, I wish it were all cherries and strawberries. But life isn't cherries and strawberries. It's pits and bad analogy, but you get the idea. It's not easy all the time. But if you think and you strategize and you stick around people that are on top of the game, you learn from people that are on top of the game. It's better than fucking staying where you're at, right? Anyway, so e-commerce, huge right now. Highly recommend that you guys pick up a product and start selling it. I don't have any training before. I want to make $1 million in my own bank account before I do a training. But hey, look, after that happens, I'd love to do some training on it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot to I could teach, but I'm still in learning mode right now for e-commerce. Lead gen, still making a lot of money in that. Great course, by the way. If you go to my status update, I've got a temporary discount on my course. Look, I don't want to do heavy promotion. This is not a good week. Obviously, there's a big tragedy. It's not something I want to, but hey, look, it's there. But I'll just leave it at that. Just go on the status post. But look, the times aren't, what they used to be. It's not the same day. It's not the same era as our parents where you could just go to college and get a degree and get a good job. I mean, fucking everyone's getting a degree. Everyone is. What's the value of a degree when everyone has one? And then, the problem is people are, okay, look, I'm not I'm all about education. But the problem I see with modern education is they're putting people in debilitating debt. I had a friend of mine call me the other day and say, Ronnie, dude, I'm fucking thinking, dude, I hate to say this, but I'm suicidal. I'm depressed. I did everything I was supposed to. I went to college. I have, $80,000 in student loan debt. I can't pay it. He's like, my student loan debt's $700 a month. He's working at some job that pays him $10 an hour. Most of his money goes to student loans. The job he had didn't require the college education. And it's not like he doesn't try. He does try. It's just there's no more jobs. What jobs are there? Don't listen to these numbers, these unemployment numbers that seem so low in America. We all know that they're not taking into consideration. People are just giving up. Or the underemployed, like my friend, who's, he's working, but he's not living. And what's the way out? You can't declare bankruptcy on it, right? There's no BK. It's backed by the government. You're stuck with it. They'll put a lien on your bank account. They'll take away your tax return money. Anytime you get a little bit of money, they'll come and grab it. There's no hiding. What do you do? What's going to happen? It's not going to look good. It's not a good look for America right now. So prepare. People say, "Oh, Ronnie, you sound like a survivalist. You sound like a conspiracy guy." Dude, I'm just a realist. I look at the numbers, I see what's going on, and I react. I see a whole generation that's in student loan debt. Okay? I see a generation that have dimming amounts of career prospects. I see automation quickly taking the jobs in America and around the world. America's not the only country. I see a growing population of people that have less and less. So, what do you do? What do you do? Do you rely on a job? Do you trust that your job's looking out for your best interest? Do you trust that they're not going to automate you out the second they have an opportunity? Of course they will. It's the only way they can stay competitive. You can't blame them for laying you off in order to replace you with something that is going to keep them in the game. And if they don't do that, they're leaving themselves vulnerable and everyone loses their job. What do you do? It's like a sick game of musical chairs. Where the problem is, the fucking chairs are people's careers. It's people's livelihoods. And every time the music stops, there's less and less chairs. But it's not just that they're falling on their ass. People are losing everything. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. I'm not here to argue morality with you. It's just the way life is. Right? The bullshit is a bullshit debt prison. Student debt is a bullshit debt prison. And, the problem is, the other biggest thing is the people that get hit the hardest. The thing is, everyone's got hit the hardest. I'm not going to go. Everyone got hit hard in America. Especially my generation with student debt. Not everyone, but my generation everyone in my generation got just fucking slammed if they went to college. Luckily, I was a fuck up. I was more interested in smoking pot and partying. So I just didn't go to college. So I avoided that fucking disaster. Anyway, I want to field some questions. I feel like this is so heated. Like, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, Obviously, there's a lot. There's so much cool shit. There's so much cool shit to experience, so much cool shit to learn. You can have the most amazing, abundant life if you choose to. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have the most abundant life if you choose to. You just need to make that choice and say, this is for me. I'm not going to be a victim of my circumstance anymore. I'm going to step out of this situation, and I'm going to do something that adds value to society. And when you add value, you're going to make profit. Value and profit go hand in hand. There's a big hang up that people that are trying to sell stuff, that there's a kind of a stigma for salespeople, for marketers, And that stigma is kind of holding a lot of people back. Because if you have the ability to move commerce in today's society, you're going to get paid. That's the best way to make money. When you're the person that generates the money for a business, you're the most valuable person in the business. I would argue you're more valuable than the person that delivers the product. Because that person could, you say you're the best fucking wood maker in the world. You just make these beautiful fucking wood carvings. If nobody comes and looks at them and you can't sell them, what good are the wood carvings? Right? They're not. It's like, what is that old Buddhist phrase? If a fucking tree falls in a forest, what does it sound like? It's like that, right? So as a marketer, we're the most important element of a business. So get over your hang up. If you think, oh, well, sales and marketing is beneath me, get over that hang up. Get over it. Because sales and marketing is what's going to save you and your family. For a lot of us, I'll show you wood carving. I don't know if that's a sexual reference, Rob, but I'd like to see your wood. No, that's. I'd like to see your wood carvings, Rob. Anyway, so I'd like to ask me some questions. There's got to be some questions, right? If there's no questions, I guess I'll just end my ramblings here. Let's see, where's my weed at? So this is why I do it. I smoke weed. I love smoking weed. One of my favorite things to do. Smoke weed. Luckily, I get to do it in my office daily. It's one of the perks of working from home. Could you keep $1 million business working less than 30 minutes a day? Yeah. Absolutely. I did for a while. I mean, I'm working a lot more now, but you just have to have systems in place, good employees. If you have good employees, so I'll give you an example. I was 2 years ago. I went to Burning Man, and I had this campaign that was just crushing, like 6-7 grand a day profit, just doing fucking well. And but I was going to be at Burning Man, and Burning Man doesn't have internet. For those of you guys that go, you basically can't rely on the internet. I just didn't have access to internet for a week, and I said, well, shit, what am I going to do here? Can't just walk away from a business for a week. And so I delegated. Well, I delegated Diego, who's my current media buyer. One of the best decisions I ever made was delegating Diego to, at the time, what I told him is like, just babysit my just turn them on and turn them off. And anyway, long story short, now he's my media buyer. And he does, the thing about online marketing is not a lot of work. It's not like daily grinding work. Once you have that system, especially if you do paid traffic, you just turn on the paid ads and you let the system go. And, you obviously got to manage your ad spend, but you can do that from your phone anywhere. So, I work from home daily because I have multiple projects that we're launching, and I'm really doing a big push for the next 2 or 3 years. So, I decided to just go really, really large. We're taking my company public. We're doing a lot of interesting stuff. Okay, so what do you think is the most crowded space for marketers? Where do you see the innovation being rewarded the most in the next few years? Great question. The most crowded space is skin, muscle, diet, and Nutra. Hands down. If you go to any of the online marketing conferences, you're still going to see a majority of guys there doing skin, diet, Nutra, and muscle. I'm not knocking them. There's a lot of money in it. I have friends that have made millions doing it, continue making millions. But is there a lot of innovation in that industry? No. It's not going to change much. People's motivations aren't going to change much. It's very crowded. The margins are getting smaller. It's harder to keep merchant accounts alive. It's getting stricter, right? So the space that I see the most innovations is going to be e-commerce. E-commerce is where I see a majority of actual innovation coming from. And where I see the biggest innovation, the biggest profit is serving underserved markets online. They understand the Most marketers are male, okay, are white males or Asian males. Look, it is what it is. I hate to bring race in, it is what it is. But the thing is, most male, we don't really, males, we're not seeing the perspective of a lot of female opportunities out there or minority opportunities. So, there's a lot of minority female opportunities out there that I see a lot of innovation in. For example, if you notice on almost every corner in every city, there is natural hair care, extension, and wigs that serve the African American female community. How many ads do you see for that? Not many. But why is it on every corner? It's so lucrative of a physical business. But very few people are doing it online. So that's where I see the opportunity, is finding these underserved niche communities that are still big. I mean, that's massive scale stuff there. The African American female wig extension community, that niche. That's just one of many, 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 many. I talk about this female hair loss. So serving these underserved niches, there's many of them out there. The other one is just everyday boring products. Everyday boring, just mundane products. Not sexy, not exciting. Plates, forks. It sounds weird, but like the thing is, so many of these products have such bad marketing behind them. Just having one unique proposition and then focusing on the emotions and pain points, you can make that profitable. So e-commerce, and I think e-commerce will be the one that's rewarded. I mean, it's already happening. Like I say, all these big retailers are going out of business, and you could say it's Amazon, and it is Amazon. Absolutely, Amazon's played a massive role into it. But a lot of it is Shopify, and a lot of it is this e-commerce game that's really just fucking taking off. Overnight millionaires in e-commerce going on right now. I've been burnt out bad in the past. How do you stand out in such a saturated market? Is this market saturated? Okay, so burnout is something a lot of people experience, and a lot of people ask me, am I too late? Is it too late? Is it already saturated? The market is not saturated. You may be in a product or service that is saturated, but if you come up with a unique copywriting, if you're really hitting those emotional pain points, there's no such thing as saturation. Okay, when you really think about it. For example, when I said that skin, diet, and muscle are saturated, it doesn't mean people aren't making money. People are absolutely still making money. In fact, in some regards, going to a saturated market is a safer bet to make money. Because if everyone's making money, all you have to do is be a better marketer than the top 20%, 30% of the guys, right? And that's actually not that hard to do if you study copywriting and marketing, the stuff that I teach and advocate for. So I wouldn't see it from the perspective, is it too saturated? But I would start to look at underserved markets, because there's no saturation. There's no saturation. And the way that Facebook does their advertising, where it's all about similarities and lookalike lists, where you're actually putting your ad in front of statistically the right person at the right time, using very, very strong algorithms. It really is. This is new technology. It really is the infancy of this stuff. And so, no, it's not saturated. Absolutely not. Okay, so cool. Thumbs up. Any other questions? I'll go ahead and end this. It's been 43 minutes. Can't even believe it. 43 minutes on this call. I will end up here. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Tim? What's up, Ram? What's up, Rob? What's up, Billy? Dante? Secco? Thank you, everyone, for coming by. I'll try to do more of these. I have a lot to say, and I think it's important for me to say it because it's been changing a lot of people's lives. I've helped a lot of people become very wealthy and successful doing this stuff, and I like sharing it. I'm passionate. I think you guys know that. I think you guys can see that, and I just want to give out more extremely high quality information to help you be successful, help you make more money, help you break free from the matrix, and help you be able to provide the financial freedom and lifestyle that you and your family deserve. Anyway, signing out. Good night. Goodbye. Godspeed.